There we go.
There we go. There we go.
And now we're live.
Now we're live.
Wonderful.
What up, everybody? Wonderful Wednesday.
Ooh, at dark at night, a little late night.
After dark.
It's dark.
Wonderful Wednesday after dark. Where we get real wild on this one.
Ooh, back at it again.
Yeah, another episode, Loki number 2.
Yeah. So yeah, I know you just finished it. You just wrapped it up. I got my Loki shirt in. I got my TVA shirt today for all time, always. So we're ready for this. So what were you? How'd you feel? How'd you feel about this episode this week?
I mean, it had a little slow start. Still was like, a lot of talking and shit, but we got to see our lady Loki, I guess, at the end there. I don't know though. That was the only part that kind of threw me off because it was like, doesn't really look like Loki at all there. Like, figured at least she'd have black hair like he did or something.
I did see somebody who got the 2 episodes like early, say something about her being, she was like, I feel like this is the first time Marvel's like miscast somebody.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I'm like, she literally said like one line. So I don't know if it's really fair to be like, oh, I don't think she's going to make a good Loki. It's like, I don't know. She might. Why don't we give her a shot? Why don't we let her say more than one thing?
She gave me a vibe that she would be like a girl Thor that was Loki in the universe than Loki.
I hear you. Because she's blonde.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like it's just because she's blonde. Yeah. I feel
like. But then it's like, what is her sister, Thor? I guess. I don't know how the fuck you would do a Thor name for a woman, but
I don't know.
Does she have black hair? Or does she have blonde hair? Because it doesn't make no sense. That's the only thing that really didn't make no sense to me in this.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes down.
And like there's a lot of questions left at the end of this one. Like, what's the motivation there behind these little purple clouded boxes that we just saw break our sacred timeline into a fucking 1,000 different ones?
Well, I feel like I know, like, because at the beginning of the episode, when they mentioned that who we now know to be Lady Loki was like taking the grenades or whatever, the little time reset grenades. As soon as they said that, and they were like, "Oh, well, obviously they're planning something big," my mind immediately went to, "Oh, well, you're trying to set all these things off at once." And probably just try to destroy the timeline, just like try to reset all sorts of shit. And so I kind of called it at the beginning of the episode. As soon as I heard that, not quite what I was expecting by the end of it. And I'm definitely curious to see what's going to play out. But I think one thing's for sure. I think we just got our multiverse of madness.
Yeah. Let's say a lot of information given out in this one. You got that. You had the what they say? She's after the timekeepers.
Mm-hmm.
Then old girl's like, I told her how to get to them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, a lot of people have been saying, and it makes a lot of sense too, just because they already cast the actor and stuff, is that Kang the Conqueror might be pulling the strings here, because the boss lady chick at the TVA in the comics is a love interest of Kang the Conqueror in the comics and whatnot, and he's tied to all sorts of shit. He's coming up in Ant-Man 3, I suppose. So yeah, man, there's a lot of mystery around it. I'm definitely digging it. It definitely feels like a buddy cop thing. Like, I did see somebody talking about it earlier who mentioned it's kind of, I don't know if you've ever seen Catch Me If You Can with Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio.
No,
it kind of feel like that. It does kind of feel like that with the banter, with the like having to work with a criminal to catch a criminal sort of thing. Like, I really dig it. I'm loving the acting in this one too. Like, I think Owen Wilson is killing it. I think Tom Hiddleston is killing it, especially that moment where he's like looking through his files and like reads the one on Ragnarok and stuff, and you just see that moment, like that close up of his eyes when he starts like welling up and shit. But then like immediately after that, in the next scene, when Mobius is like, "Yeah, sorry," he's like, "Man, who gives a shit?"
Right.
He's like, "Yeah, who cares?" But yeah, it did feel like, I don't know, more of the same from like the first episode, which isn't
Yeah.
necessarily a bad thing. But something I did notice that's probably like boding well is that like uh I feel like they've already pretty much dropped like everything in these two episodes is just about everything we've seen in the trailers, like other than like a handful of like maybe like one or two things. Uh which I mean, I just feel like there's so much in store
Hmm.
uh, for these next four episodes. I bet shit just gets bonkers.
Yeah,
I'm,
no, I'm excited to see where they're really going to go with this one because it's still up in the air. This one ended off with Loki going through one of those time doors after the Lady Loki. Who knows where the fuck they were going to?
yeah,
We gotta wait a week to find that out. It's
I know. It's
rough.
worth the week wait. I feel like uh,
Yeah,
doing a good job, like building that suspense and whatnot. I'm definitely curious. They got a good mystery going on here.
yeah.
Uh,
You still don't know really what the motivation is. You know.
I'm not gonna lie. Of all three Marvel shows, though, I feel like I'm enjoying this one, but I feel like I always have the least to say about this one.
Yeah,
Like I
I
feel like
mean, like, I really think they should have dropped these ones last week back to back. Personally, I
definitely,
mean,
yeah,
I think it would have helped out with the flow of things because it's just like that. It was really just almost smack dab to the first episode where shit didn't really get real until the very end of it, and you're like, oh,
right,
okay,
right.
but
And that's
why?
why when I texted you this morning and was like, "Oh shit," it was really because of that ending. Because otherwise, I was like, I don't know. It's like I talked about it last week where the show feels like it should be like there's something missing, but at the same time, if I feel like that's maybe the point. Like it's just so goddamn subtle that like upon second viewing, I'm like, oh, okay, like I see there's all this subtle stuff going on here, but it's always like in the acting, it's in the writing, it's in the like, can I trust Loki? Can I trust Mobius? Can I trust fucking anybody in this show? Like it's all very subtle, whereas I feel like the past two shows have been a lot more in your face about stuff. But
Yeah,
I just feel like the build on this one is gonna be crazy.
yeah, I agree. I agree
Yeah.
with that. It should
I
be.
I dug the ending. I like I for a lot. I like the whole rocks cart like thing. Um, I'm curious. I'm just curious, man. I'm just fucking curious. I'm just curious where everything's going with all this.
I like the quick little glances they showed of all the other little Lokis around.
Yeah, yeah, that was cool.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Uh, I've seen a little theory floating around the internet that Agatha was at the beginning of this episode.
I thought that when I seen that, I was gonna bring that up. I was like, that's funny.
Yeah,
It kind of looks like it would be like her but younger. You know.
yeah, yeah. And I suppose that could be the case with that being 1985 and WandaVision not taking place till 2023. I suppose that definitely could be the case, you know. But at the same time, when we saw her in the 1800s, she still looked like the other actress. So I don't know. It's probably just us Marvel fans going fucking crazy over nothing again,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
would agree. Probably. I bet just nobody. And it's like, wait, she kind of looks like this person.
I
I
do,
don't.
I do think that at the end of this series, one thing we're definitely going to get is Mobius riding a jet ski. I, I,
Yeah.
I bet he finally gets to live that dream of riding a jet ski. I'm
I
looking.
mean, I'm looking. I want to know if they're going to introduce any new characters in this one. The other shows have.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they will. Like I said, I think Kang the Conqueror is right in the background right now. And I saw another person talking about how, again, unlike the other two shows, they're like they're giving us all the obvious stuff like up front. They've been very quick to just be like, nah, here's the answer, like to that mystery, because like you goddamn theorists on the internet already have been talking about Lady Loki and all this shit. So why don't we just get this shit out of the way that you guys already know? Which like with all that getting out of the way, it does feel like, damn, what's it's about to go down. If you're dropping all this right now, it's like, what kind of secrets are you holding? So
I agree with you there. And I'd also like to say now that the timeline's broken up, you never know who could show up.
yeah, yeah, I'm sure it'll be one of those shows where random ass characters will show up and we'll just be like, oh shit, this guy was in Loki this week. That's crazy. That's so I'm looking forward to it. But like I said, I don't know. I'm ready. I'm ready. I guess we need something meatier to talk about with these Loki episodes because right now there's just, I go watch them. That's
Yeah,
about
they're
all.
dope. They're pretty in your face.
Yeah, I do enjoy it. Uh, Other than that, I caught a couple of movies this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um, well, one of them earlier today. My mother and I hit the movies. Last time my mom and I saw a movie was 4 years ago. We saw The Hitman's Bodyguard, and today, 4 years later, we saw The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Nothing will get my mom out to theaters like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Uh, it was all right. I remember not really caring for the first one all that much, and this one was, I don't know, just kind of on par with that. I mean, there's some funny shit in it for sure. There's definitely some funny moments, but it's just okay. And then the other one was that musical in the Heights, which I did something I never do, which is I left the theater before it was over.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah, and not even that it was like bad or anything. I feel like it was more like I was having an off day and just wasn't feeling it. And I was so hyped for it too. I feel like my bar for it was like super high and shit. Um, but I don't know. It was like 2.5 hours long. I got through 2 hours of it, and then like I had a homie hit me up asking to hang out. I'm like, yeah, I'll come hang out. Yeah, I'll leave because it was on HBO Max. So I literally pulled out my phone, pulled up the HBO Max app, and like opened the same movie and just like went to the scene that I was at in theaters, just paused that shit and left, and watched the rest on HBO Max when I got home. Yeah,
No,
right. I think it's more for like the fans of the musical. I watched it a second time and enjoyed it more, but I don't really think that's necessarily a sign of a good movie if I have to watch it a second time to like appreciate it. I think they definitely like were just like, oh, people who have seen the play or whatever the fuck will know what's going on. Like I didn't. I did not emotionally connect to any of the characters till like an hour into the movie. And I'm just like, at that point I was already kind of out of it. I'm just like, well, fuck all this.
right.
But two just okay movies. Just stay home and watch Loki.
Yeah, I feel like next Wednesday I'm gonna have a lot more to talk about because there's actually TV shows I watch about to start. So
Oh yeah, Rick and Morty starting up this weekend, right?
Rick and Morty on Sunday starts their new season.
Dave
Uh,
comes out tonight.
and
That's right.
no, it's Friday. Friday, Dave drops.
No, it's tonight.
It's tonight.
Yeah,
I thought that
it's
that one's on.
actually like 40 minutes.
I thought that shit was on Fridays.
Nope, June 16th.
I'm looking it
I
up.
checked because I was also excited. Yeah, I guess we will have a little bit more to talk about next Wednesday. Was there anything else? There's Dave. There's
No, just those two. I thought I could swear maybe it's. No, maybe I don't know. I thought it was Fridays.
new Pixar movie dropping on Friday that I'm pretty hyped for. And there's no premiere access. It's just straight to Disney Plus. So I'm with that. There's nothing coming out of theaters this weekend. So thanks, Disney Plus. We're going to be busy this weekend, anyways.
Yeah, we won't be.
Little TV show of our own.
Yeah.
Chase and Shep Summer Camp of Horrors. You know, we got to shout that out. It's on its way. It's on its way.
Dropping here pretty soon.
Yeah, so we'll be
Coming
able
up.
to drop all sorts of little goodies for you.
It's gonna be a hot one out there, so fuck.
It's going to be a bitch, but I'm excited to work with everybody that we got. I'm excited to just to do it all, man. It should be a good time. But yeah,
Should be pretty dope, man. I don't know. Yeah, other than that, like hopefully next week we get some more meat on the bones to Loki. Hopefully Dave's pretty dope tonight.
yeah.
Hopefully,
I'll catch it tomorrow on Hulu.
yeah, probably the same. But and Rick and Morty, you know that's can't hate on that.
Nah, I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the way the news goes.
and that's the way the news goes. There's another wonderful Wednesday for you,
Pretty much, man. We got a lot coming up, so we'll have a lot.
bitch.
We'll have a lot more to talk about next Wednesday. We'll probably be able to go for the full hour. So
Yeah, we were pretty short last Wednesday too.
we were, man. It's just sometimes that's just the way the
It's
the
just
cookie
how
crumbles.
it goes.
That's how it goes, buddy.
Yeah, time works a little differently here. So
It does. Indeed, it does.
well, that's it for us. We're not going to keep trying to drag this out anymore. So hey, thanks for joining us.
Well, 15-minute hit for y'all.
We made it,
We made it.
everybody.
We'll see you.